The angels say many marriages struggle not because of lack of love, but because of hidden harmful patterns. Today, heaven reveals them so you can break free and step into healing. Beloved soul, the angels are here to speak with clarity about something many try to avoid. The hidden harmful patterns that can silently weaken your marriage if left unchecked. They say, you are not listening to this by accident. This is a divine interruption to shine light on what must be healed so your covenant can thrive. Marriage is holy, but marriage is also human. And where there are humans, there are patterns, some good, some destructive. The angels say, do not fear seeing these patterns, for what is revealed can be healed. Beloved, one harmful pattern is silence where there should be honesty. When words are swallowed and truth is hidden, bitterness grows in the shadows. The angels say, honesty may feel risky, but silence is far more dangerous. You must speak with love, even when it feels uncomfortable. Another harmful pattern is using anger as a weapon instead of a signal. Anger was never meant to destroy, it was meant to reveal pain. But when anger becomes shouting, insults, or distance, it no longer heals, it wounds. The angels whisper, pause before reacting, breathe before speaking, and let your words heal rather than harm. Beloved, there is also the pattern of neglect. Neglect is not always loud. It can be quiet, subtle, unnoticed. It is forgetting to listen, forgetting to affirm, forgetting to value what once was treasured. The angels say, love starves when it is not nourished daily. Do not assume your spouse knows. They need to hear it, see it, feel it. Another pattern is comparison. Looking at others, measuring your marriage against theirs, thinking their joy is greater. Comparison steals gratitude and blinds you to the gift in front of you. The angels say, bless what you have and it will grow. Despise what you have and it will wither. Beloved, many marriages also fall into the trap of avoidance. Avoiding conflict, avoiding responsibility, avoiding growth. The angels remind you what you avoid does not disappear, it multiplies in silence. Healing comes not from running away, but from facing together, hand in hand. Another harmful pattern is forgetting God in the center. When prayer fades, when faith drifts, when the word is no longer the foundation, cracks appear. The angels say, a covenant without God is like a house without a foundation. It may stand for a moment, but storms will shake it. Beloved soul, you are being called to identify these patterns, not to feel guilt, but to seek healing. The angels are not accusing you, they are guiding you. They say where there is honesty, there can be trust. Where there is patience, there can be peace. Where there is prayer, there can be protection. The angels also warn of selfishness, putting one's needs always above the other. Marriage is not a battlefield of egos, it is a union of servants. When both choose to serve, both find joy. But when one always takes and never gives, imbalance breaks harmony. Beloved, the angels say, choose humility and love will flourish. Another harmful pattern is keeping score, counting mistakes, storing up wrongs, reminding each other of failures. This is not love, beloved, this is bondage. The angels remind you, love keeps no record of wrongs. Forgiveness is the key that frees both hearts. Beloved, you may recognize yourself in these patterns, or you may see them in your spouse. Do not let shame cover you. Do not let pride silence you. The angels say, acknowledgement is the first step to transformation. Healing begins when you say, this must change. The angels also want you to know, change is possible. No matter how deep the patterns have grown, no matter how long they have lived in your home, they can be broken. For every harmful pattern, there is a holy replacement. Replace silence with gentle truth. Replace anger with patient listening. Replace neglect with intentional love. Replace comparison with gratitude. Replace avoidance with courage. Replace selfishness with service. Replace scorekeeping with forgiveness. Replace faithlessness with prayer. Beloved, these are not just ideas, they are weapons of healing. And when you choose them daily, your marriage will shift. The angels say, healing is not a one-time act, it is a process. Do not expect perfection overnight. Do not demand change instantly. Nurture change like a seed. Water it with patience and celebrate its growth. Beloved, listen closely. The enemy of marriage is division. And division grows when harmful patterns are ignored. But unity grows when harmful patterns are confronted with love. The angels encourage you to see yourself as a healer in your marriage, not just a partner. You carry the power to shift the atmosphere with your words, your patience, and your faith. The angels whisper, your spouse is not your enemy. The real enemy is anything that tries to pit you against each other. Stand together, not apart. Pray together, not separately. Build together, not alone. Beloved, healing your marriage begins with choice. The choice to break cycles. The choice to love intentionally. The choice to forgive quickly. The choice to pray consistently. The choice to honor God above all. Do not wait for your spouse to change before you begin. You can be the light that sparks transformation. You can be the one who shifts the atmosphere. You can be the first to plant seeds of healing. And beloved, when you do, you will see what the angels see. You will see a marriage that is no longer bound by old wounds, but freed by new grace. You will see a home filled with laughter instead of tension. You will see two hearts learning, growing, and walking toward destiny together. The angels say, your marriage is not finished, it is being rewritten. What was broken can be restored. What was hidden can be revealed. What was harmful can be healed. And what was lost can be found again. Beloved soul, believe this. You are not too late. Your marriage is not too far gone. God is still able. Healing is still possible. And love is still alive. The angels end with this blessing over you. May your eyes be open to harmful patterns. May your heart be humble enough to change. May your words bring healing instead of harm. May your love reflect heaven's patience and grace. And may your marriage be restored stronger and brighter than before. Beloved, walk in this truth, for the angels say healing begins now. Before we go deeper, pause for a moment and type in the comments, I receive. Let this be your declaration of faith that you are ready for healing, for love, and for a stronger covenant. Beloved, if this word touches your heart, remember to like this video and subscribe so you never miss another angelic message meant for your journey. And if your spirit feels led, you may also bless this channel with a super thanks. Your kindness helps this light reach many more souls who need encouragement just as you do today. Beloved soul, the angels say healing becomes real when words turn into action and when choices are sealed by faith. What you declare with your mouth and what you practice with your heart will shift the atmosphere in your marriage. The angels want you to understand that harmful patterns are not simply habits, they are spiritual doors. They let in division, they invite mistrust, and they allow bitterness to grow. But every door that was opened can also be shut, and every wall that was built can also come down. Beloved, the first door that must close is the door of silence. When silence replaces communication, the enemy plants lies. He whispers, they do not care. They are against you. You are alone. But the angels remind you, truth spoken in love drives lies away. Honest words may be uncomfortable, but they heal. And every time you choose truth over silence, you disarm the enemy. Pause here and type in the comments as a declaration of faith. I choose truth over silence in my marriage. Beloved, the second door is anger, left unchecked. Anger itself is not sin, it is a signal. But when it turns into insults, coldness, or distance, it becomes a weapon. The angels say, learn to pause. Count your breath before you speak. Choose to calm your spirit before releasing words you cannot take back. This is how anger loses its power to wound. Write in the comments with boldness, I choose patience over anger in my marriage. Beloved, the third harmful pattern is neglect. Neglect happens when love is taken for granted, when you stop affirming, when you stop pursuing, when you stop cherishing. Love slowly weakens. But the angels say little acts of love build great strength. A kind word, a gentle touch, an intentional prayer. These are not small, they are seeds. And seeds watered daily grow into lasting fruit. Type this phrase in the comments. I choose intention over neglect in my marriage. Beloved, the fourth harmful pattern is comparison. Comparison blinds you. It makes you focus on what is missing instead of what is present. It poisons gratitude and steals joy, but gratitude restores vision. The angels remind you, what you honor increases and what you despise decreases. Bless what you have, and it will grow. Pause and write, I choose gratitude over comparison in my marriage. The angels then show the fifth harmful pattern, avoidance. Avoiding conflict does not protect peace, it delays healing. Avoiding responsibility does not make burdens lighter, it makes them heavier. Avoidance builds walls between two hearts, but courage breaks them down. When you face problems together instead of avoiding them, unity grows. Declare this in the comments. I choose courage over avoidance in my marriage. Beloved, the sixth harmful pattern is selfishness. When one always takes and never gives, the balance of love breaks. But the angels whisper, marriage is not about keeping score, it is about serving one another. When both choose humility, both are lifted. When both choose service, both are filled. Type boldly, I choose service over selfishness in my marriage. Another harmful pattern, beloved, is keeping score, holding on to past wrongs, rehearsing failures, and replaying wounds over and over. This pattern chains you both to pain. But forgiveness breaks chains. Forgiveness does not excuse, but it frees. The angels say, let go of what was, so you can walk into what will be. Right now, I choose forgiveness over scorekeeping in my marriage. Beloved, the angels add this. None of these choices will feel easy, but grace makes them possible. Each time you choose differently, you are breaking old cycles. Each time you declare with your words, you are planting new seeds. Each time you pray over your union, you are watering those seeds with heaven's rain. Do not be discouraged if change feels slow. Do not lose heart if you fall back at times. The angels remind you, healing is not about perfection, it is about direction. If you are moving toward healing, heaven is moving with you. Beloved, let your comments today not just be words on a screen, but declarations in the spirit. Every I choose phrase you write seals a decision. Every declaration you make becomes a seed of transformation. And heaven is faithful to honor the words spoken in faith. So let us gather them all. I choose truth over silence in my marriage. I choose patience over anger in my marriage. I choose intention over neglect in my marriage. I choose gratitude over comparison in my marriage. I choose courage over avoidance in my marriage. I choose service over selfishness in my marriage. I choose forgiveness over scorekeeping in my marriage. Beloved, these are not just phrases, they are pillars. If you practice them, they will hold your marriage steady. If you declare them, they will shift the atmosphere. If you live them, they will heal your covenant. The angels close this part of the message with assurance. Your marriage is not beyond hope. Patterns can be broken, healing can be restored, and love can live again. Beloved, hold fast, for heaven is with you. Beloved soul, the angels now open your eyes to the vision of what happens after harmful patterns are healed. For marriage is not only about breaking cycles, it is about building something beautiful in their place. They say, once silence is replaced with truth, conversations become a bridge again. You will talk without fear, you will share without hiding, and you will listen without rushing. And in this honesty, intimacy will blossom. For truth spoken in love is not harsh, it is healing, beloved. Type this now in the comments. My marriage will be built on honesty and intimacy. The angels say, once anger is replaced with patience, the atmosphere in your home shifts. Moments that once erupted into shouting now end with understanding. Conflicts that once escalated into wounds now become lessons that draw you closer. And the fire that once burned in destruction becomes a warmth that fuels compassion. Write boldly, my marriage will be covered by patience and peace. Beloved, when neglect is healed by intention, joy returns like sunlight breaking through clouds. Your spouse will feel seen again, valued again, chosen again, and your heart will delight in giving, not just receiving. Love that was starving will begin to thrive again. Declare this. My marriage will thrive through daily intention and love. The angels show this clearly. When comparison is replaced with gratitude, joy multiplies. You will stop looking outside and start looking within. You will see blessings in the little things. Small gestures, quiet prayers, steady companionship. You will no longer envy other couples, for you will cherish your own story. Pause and type. My marriage will grow through gratitude, not comparison. Beloved, when avoidance is healed by courage, mountains begin to move. You will no longer sweep issues under the rug. You will face them together, hand in hand with faith. And every conflict resolved will add another stone to the foundation of trust. Say this in the comments. My marriage will be strengthened by courage and unity. The angels whisper, when selfishness is replaced with service, love deepens. You will no longer keep score of who gave more. You will find joy in serving each other, knowing that service is not loss, it is gain. And as you pour into each other, you will both overflow. Declare, my marriage will flourish through service and humility. Beloved, when scorekeeping is healed by forgiveness, chains are broken. Your spouse will no longer feel like a prisoner of past mistakes. You will no longer carry the weight of resentment. Instead, you will both walk free, free to love, free to grow, free to hope again. Type this with faith. My marriage will be healed through forgiveness and freedom. The angels say, once these harmful patterns are replaced, your marriage will no longer feel like a battlefield. It will feel like a garden, a place of growth, a place of peace, a place where love is planted, watered and nurtured until it blooms. Your home will feel different. The tension will lift, the heaviness will fade, the Spirit of God will dwell there, and beloved, you will laugh again. You will dream again. You will pray together and feel heaven's presence like never before. Your union will shine with a light that others will see and admire. Your story will inspire hope for couples who think healing is impossible. Pause once more and declare in the comments, my marriage will become a testimony of God's healing power. Beloved, the angels assure you, restoration is not a fantasy, it is a promise. When you identify harmful patterns, when you choose different responses, when you lean into God's grace, transformation comes. Your marriage will not only survive, it will thrive. It will not only heal, it will grow stronger than it was before. It will not only bless you, it will bless generations to come. The angels close this message with a vision. Two hearts once divided, now walking in unity. Two souls once wounded, now restored in love. A home once filled with tension, now filled with laughter. And a covenant once shaken, now standing firm on the foundation of God. Beloved, this is your future. This is your promise. This is the fruit of healing. So stand firm. Speak with honesty. Act with intention. Serve with humility. Forgive with grace. And trust that heaven is working in your marriage even now. Beloved soul, the angels continue, because there is still more you must hear. For healing is not only about breaking what is harmful, it is about learning to protect what has been healed. The angels say, once your marriage begins to heal, you must guard it like a sacred flame. A fire left unattended can die, but a fire protected and fed will keep burning bright. Your covenant is that flame, and you are both its keepers. Beloved, the angels show you the first shield, consistency. Healing is not a one-time act, it is a daily practice. Do not love with intensity one day and neglect the next. Do not promise change today and forget tomorrow. Consistency builds trust, and trust is the soil where love grows. Type in the comments with conviction, I will protect my marriage with consistency and trust. The second shield is humility. The angels whisper, pride has destroyed more marriages than storms ever did. Pride says, I am right, you are wrong. Pride says, I will not apologize first. Pride says, my way is better. But humility disarms conflict. Humility says, I choose us over being right. Humility says, I value peace more than pride. Humility says, I will bend so love does not break. Declare in the comments, I will protect my marriage with humility and peace. The third shield is prayer. Beloved, prayer is not only for crises. Prayer is protection. Prayer is like a wall around your covenant. The angels say when you pray for your spouse, heaven moves. When you pray with your spouse, heaven dwells in your home. Prayer is not just words, it is warfare for your love. Type boldly, I will cover my marriage with prayer and faith. The fourth shield is forgiveness that continues. Forgiveness is not something you give once. It is something you practice daily. For small offenses come daily, and if you do not release them, they grow. The angels say, release quickly, forgive often, and let mercy be your language. Every act of forgiveness is a brick placed on the foundation of your covenant. Write in the comments, I will protect my marriage through daily forgiveness. Beloved, the fifth shield is gratitude. Gratitude is not passive, it is powerful. When you wake each day and thank God for your spouse, your eyes see them differently. When you choose to honor what they bring instead of criticizing what they lack, joy multiplies. The angels whisper, gratitude is the key that keeps love alive. Declare this, I will protect my marriage with gratitude and honor. The sixth shield, beloved, is patience. Healing is not instant, growth takes time, and transformation happens layer by layer. Impatience demands perfection. Patience celebrates progress. The angels say, you are not marrying perfection, you are marrying potential. Patience makes space for that potential to grow. Type in the comments, I will protect my marriage with patience and understanding. The seventh shield is intentional love. Love is not just a feeling, it is a choice you practice daily. It is shown in words, in actions, in small sacrifices, in constant pursuit. The angels say, romance must not die after vows are spoken. It must be nurtured with creativity and care. Pursue your spouse not only in the beginning, but for a lifetime. Write this in the comments. I will protect my marriage with intentional love every day. Beloved, the angels remind you, protecting your marriage is not heavy, it is holy. Every act of protection is worship. Every word of kindness is worship. Every prayer of covering is worship. For marriage is not just about two, it is about three, with God in the center. The angels give you a vision. A couple who once struggled with silence now laughing in open communication. A couple who once fought with anger now holding each other with patience. A couple who once neglected each other now finding joy in small daily acts of love. A couple who once compared now blessing their unique journey. A couple who once avoided now facing everything with courage. A couple who once kept score now forgiving with ease. A couple who once drifted from God now standing in prayer together, unshakable. Beloved, that vision is for you. That healing is possible. That restoration is promised. That testimony is near. Pause and type in the comments as your seal of faith. My marriage will be protected, healed and blessed by God. The angels rejoice at your words, for every declaration plants a seed. Every seed grows into fruit, and every fruit becomes a testimony. Beloved, this is the truth. Harmful patterns can be broken, healing can be restored, and your marriage can become stronger than ever before. Do not give up. Do not fear. Do not delay. Start today, for healing begins the moment you say, I choose a new way. Beloved soul, the angels say it is time to see the harvest that comes when healing is chosen, when harmful patterns are broken, and when your marriage is protected with love and grace. They remind you that every seed you plant, through honesty, forgiveness, patience, and prayer will bear fruit, and that fruit will not only bless your marriage, it will flow outward into your family, your children, your community, and even generations after you. The angels whisper, a healed marriage creates an atmosphere of safety. Your home becomes a place where peace dwells and love abides. No more walking on eggshells, no more avoiding one another, no more tension in silence. Instead, warmth fills the air. Instead, laughter returns to the rooms. Instead, joy becomes the sound that echoes in your home. Beloved, type this in the comments now as a declaration. My home will be a sanctuary of peace, love, and joy. The angels say, a healed marriage also creates strength. When you and your spouse stand together in unity, no storm can shake you. When you both choose grace over pride, no trial can divide you. When you cover each other in prayer, no darkness can overtake you. You become a fortress not built of stone, but of faith and love. Declare this with boldness. My marriage will stand strong against every storm. Beloved, the angels show another fruit of healing, renewed intimacy, not only in body but in spirit and in soul. You will know each other more deeply, trust each other more fully, and cherish each other more tenderly. The walls that once blocked closeness will fall, and in their place will rise a new connection, stronger and more sacred. Pause and write this with faith. My marriage will be renewed in trust, intimacy, and closeness. The angels whisper, when harmful patterns are replaced with holy practices, your marriage becomes a testimony. Others will look at you and see the difference. Family will notice the change in your peace. Friends will be inspired by the joy in your union. And those who thought healing was impossible will see proof that God restores. Type this prophetic phrase. My marriage will be a testimony that God heals and restores. Beloved, the angels remind you that healing your marriage does not mean there will never be challenges, but it means you will face them differently. You will not fight against each other. You will fight for each other. You will not give up easily. You will endure with patience. You will not break apart. You will bend together and then rise stronger. Every test will become a lesson. Every scar will become a story. Every wound will become a place where God's grace shines through. The angels say, do not despise the process, for every step of healing is sacred. Even the moments of struggle are holy ground because they are where love is refined. The covenant is not fragile, it is forged. Forged in forgiveness, forged in patience, forged in daily choices that build a foundation unshakable. Beloved, pause again and declare this in the comments. My marriage will not break, it will be refined and strengthened. The angels give one more vision for you to hold close. They show you sitting beside your spouse years from now. You are smiling together, remembering the struggles you once thought you would not survive. And instead of pain, you feel gratitude. Instead of regret, you feel joy. Instead of fear, you feel pride that you both chose to endure, to forgive, and to love. Your children, or the ones you influence, will look at you and see a living example of faith and commitment. They will grow up knowing what real love looks like, not perfect, but faithful, not flawless, but enduring. And they will say, because they did not give up, I believe in love too. Beloved, type this as your final seal of faith. My marriage will leave a legacy of love and faithfulness. The angels rejoice when you speak these words, for they are not just declarations, they are keys that unlock blessings. They are seeds that will bloom in the future. They are prophecies over your covenant. So, beloved soul, hold fast to this vision. Your marriage can be healed, your home can be renewed, your love can be restored, and your covenant can shine brighter than ever before. For what heaven has written, no one can erase, and what is healed by God's hand will remain strong forever. Beloved soul, the angels say you have heard much about breaking harmful patterns and about guarding your covenant, but now it is time to anchor this word into your spirit with vision, hope, and commitment. They remind you that healing is not only for today, it is for tomorrow, for the next season, and for the generations that will follow after you. A healed marriage is not only a blessing for two, it becomes a river of blessing that flows outward endlessly. The angels whisper, when healing comes, peace multiplies. Peace flows from your heart into your home. Peace flows from your home into your children. Peace flows from your family into your community. And that peace becomes a light in dark places, a safe refuge where others can find inspiration. Beloved, type this phrase in the comments as your faith declaration. My marriage will overflow with peace that touches generations. The angels say healing also births joy that cannot be stolen. Joy that is not tied to circumstances but anchored in covenant. Joy that rises after forgiveness is given, after wounds are healed, after love is chosen again and again. This joy will make your home radiant. This joy will make your laughter contagious. This joy will heal scars that once seemed permanent. Declare this now. My marriage will overflow with joy that nothing can steal. Beloved, the angels reveal another gift, unity. Unity is not sameness but harmony. It is two different souls walking as one in purpose. It is disagreements handled with respect. It is decisions made with prayer. It is knowing that even when you are not perfect, you are still together. Unity is strength, and strength is protection. Type boldly, my marriage will walk in unity, purpose, and strength. The angels say, when harmful patterns break, love becomes light again. It no longer feels heavy with fear, shame, or resentment. It becomes free, joyful, and full of life. Your spouse will no longer feel like a stranger, but like the gift you prayed for. Your love will no longer feel like survival, but like a holy journey. Write in the comments as a testimony of faith, my marriage will be filled with light, love, and renewal. Beloved, the angels also remind you of legacy. A healed marriage writes a story that children will read long after you are gone. They will remember how you forgave instead of giving up. They will remember how you prayed instead of walking away. They will remember how you built a home filled with faith. And they will pass that example forward. Your grandchildren and great-grandchildren will carry the fruit of your healing. Your decisions today are writing blessings for tomorrow. Pause and declare in the comments, "My marriage will create a legacy of faith, love, and blessing." Beloved, the angels show you that the fruit of healing is also influence. Your testimony will reach beyond your family. Couples who feel hopeless will see your example and believe again. Broken hearts will hear your story and find courage to fight for their own covenant. Your marriage will not only heal itself, it will heal others by inspiration. Type this with power. My marriage will inspire others to believe in God's healing power. The angels close this vision by reminding you that none of this comes by your strength alone. It is not your willpower, not your perfection, not your own wisdom that heals. It is God's grace. It is His Spirit working in you. It is His love flowing through you. And when you lean on Him, He supplies what you lack. Where you fall short, He lifts you. Where you feel weak, He strengthens you. Where you feel hopeless, He fills you with faith again. Beloved, type one final declaration to seal this word in your heart. With God's grace, my marriage will be healed, protected, and blessed. The angels rejoice at every word spoken in faith. For your declarations are not just text on a screen, they are prophetic seeds in the Spirit. They will grow into fruit. They will bear testimony, and they will shape your future. Beloved soul, you are not too late. Your marriage is not too broken. Your love is not too far gone. God restores, God redeems, God heals, and your covenant will shine again. Beloved soul, the angels are not finished yet, because they want this word to sink deep into your heart. Healing your marriage is not only about what you do, it is also about what you believe. For belief shapes action, and action shapes destiny. The angels say, many people give up too quickly because they believe the lie that things will never change. But heaven's truth is this: hearts can soften, wounds can heal, and patterns can break. The same God who raised the dead, the same God who parted the sea, the same God who restores souls is the same God who can heal your marriage. Beloved, type this phrase in the comments as a faith seed. I believe my marriage can be healed and restored by God. The angels show you that when faith rises, new possibilities open. Faith makes you patient where you once were tired. Faith makes you gentle where you once were hard. Faith makes you hopeful where you once were afraid. And faith makes you pray when you once gave up. This is why your declarations matter. When you write, when you speak, when you confess life over your marriage, you are aligning yourself with heaven's plan instead of the enemy's lies. Beloved, the angels reveal something deeper. Healing in marriage begins with healing in the heart. If your heart carries bitterness, you will project bitterness. If your heart carries fear, you will project fear. If your heart carries love, you will project love. So the work begins within you. Pause and type this declaration with boldness. I choose to let God heal my heart so my marriage can be healed. The angels say, when one heart changes, the whole atmosphere shifts. Do not underestimate the power of one spouse walking in faith. Do not believe the lie that you are powerless if your spouse is slow to change. For even your prayers, your patience, and your new choices can soften their spirit. Your transformation can spark theirs. Beloved, remember this: healing does not erase history, but it rewrites the future. The scars of your marriage may not disappear, but they will no longer control you. Instead, they will become marks of victory, proof that you endured, proof that you rose, proof that love triumphed. Type this now as your faith declaration. My scars will not define me, my healing will define my marriage. The angels also say, healing brings joy back to intimacy. Not just physical intimacy, but emotional closeness and spiritual connection. When you forgive, you open the door for closeness to return. When you let go of resentment, you allow laughter back into your union. When you pray together, you knit your spirits into one. Intimacy is not only about bodies, it is about trust, safety, and unity of soul. Declare in the comments, "My marriage will be restored in trust, intimacy, and unity." Beloved, the angels remind you, harmful patterns can become generational cycles if not broken. Children observe, children imitate, children repeat what they see. But healing your marriage is not just for you, it is for them. When you choose peace instead of anger, they learn peace. When you choose forgiveness instead of bitterness, they learn mercy. When you choose gratitude instead of comparison, they learn contentment. Your healing sets them free before they ever face the same battles. Pause and type this in the comments. By God's grace, harmful cycles will break with me. The angels rejoice because this is truth. You are not just fighting for your marriage, you are fighting for your legacy, and heaven stands with you. Beloved, the angels leave you with this final vision. They show you a marriage that once struggled, but now flourishes. They show you a home that once was heavy but is now light. They show you children who feel safe, growing in love, carrying peace into their own futures. And they show you two souls who chose to fight for covenant, sitting together years later, smiling, holding hands, knowing it was all worth it. That, beloved, is the promise of healing. That is the fruit of faith. That is the vision you must carry until it becomes reality. Seal this with one last declaration of faith in the comments. My marriage will heal, my home will shine, and my love will last. Beloved soul, the angels are still speaking because they want this message to become more than words to you. They want it to become transformation. They want it to become the breath you live by, the choice you carry daily, and the testimony you will one day share. The angels say, healing your marriage is not only about stopping harm, but about building beauty. You are not just removing weeds, you are planting gardens. Every choice to love is a seed. Every prayer spoken is water. Every act of patience is sunlight. And in time, you will see your marriage bloom in ways you never thought possible. Beloved, type this declaration in the comments. My marriage will bloom like a garden planted by God. The angels whisper, the garden of your marriage has seasons. There will be seasons of planting where effort feels heavy and fruit is not yet visible. There will be seasons of waiting where patience is tested and faith must be strong. There will be seasons of pruning where things are cut away so growth can come. And then there will be seasons of harvest where joy, peace, and love overflow. Every season has purpose. None of it is wasted. Not even the tears, not even the silence, not even the struggles. For all of it is being woven into the story of your covenant. Declare this in the comments with faith. Every season of my marriage will serve God's purpose. Beloved, the angels also remind you of the power of small things. Healing is not only found in grand gestures, but in daily faithfulness. A gentle word spoken in love can heal a wound deeper than silence ever could. A prayer whispered over your spouse while they sleep can cover them in unseen strength. A smile, a touch, and I appreciate you can restore hope to a weary heart. Do not overlook the small things. They are sacred. Type this as your confession. I will honor my marriage with daily acts of love and faith. The angels say, one of the greatest fruits of healing is partnership. No longer pulling in different directions, no longer fighting as enemies, but walking as allies. When your marriage heals, you will dream together again. You will build together again. You will believe together again. And your partnership will unlock doors that neither of you could open alone. Pause and declare this in the comments. My marriage will walk in partnership, unity, and purpose. Beloved, the angels show you this truth. When harmful patterns break, blessings flow more freely. God's favor increases where unity lives. Opportunities will come, provision will come, strength for trials will come, and your marriage will not only survive, it will thrive. The angels whisper, a healed covenant is a powerful covenant. When two hearts love each other well and walk in faith, they are unstoppable. Their prayers shake heaven. Their unity shakes the enemy. Their testimony brings hope to the broken. Type boldly in the comments, my marriage will be unstoppable in faith, love, and unity. Beloved, the angels also want you to release this fear. The fear that healing means forgetting your own worth. No, beloved, healing is not surrendering yourself. Healing is becoming more of who God made you to be. Patient, compassionate, strong, forgiving, and faithful. You are not losing yourself by healing. You are finding your truest self in love. Type this in the comments as a reminder. In healing my marriage, I will also be healed. The angels close this part with one final vision. They show you walking hand in hand with your spouse years from now. Your love is not shallow, it is deep. Your bond is not fragile, it is unshakable. Your home is not heavy, it is light with laughter. And your story is not hidden, it is shared with others as a living testimony of God's grace. Beloved, believe this vision. Hold it close, pray into it. Live toward it, for it is written, and heaven is faithful to bring it to pass. Seal this moment with one last declaration of faith in the comments. My marriage will bloom, endure, and shine as God's testimony. Beloved soul, you have now seen what the angels revealed, those hidden harmful patterns that can weaken love, but also the holy replacements that can restore it. Remember, you are not powerless. With prayer, humility, and intention, your covenant can heal, your home can renew, and your love can bloom again. If this message has spoken to your heart, seal it in the comments with these words. My marriage will be healed and protected by God. Let it be your testimony of faith today. Do not forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss another divine message. And if your spirit is moved, you may bless this channel through a super thanks. Together, we keep spreading heaven's light to many who are in need of hope. Heavenly Father, we lift every marriage represented here into your hands. Thank you for shining light on harmful patterns that need to be broken. Thank you for giving us the wisdom to see, the humility to change, and the strength to forgive. Lord, cover these unions with patience, with kindness, with faith, and with grace. Where there has been silence, let there be truth. Where there has been anger, let there be peace. Where there has been neglect, let there be intention. Where there has been bitterness, let there be forgiveness. And where there has been distance, let there be love. Father, may these marriages not only heal but become testimonies of your goodness, shining as examples to generations yet to come. We seal these prayers in faith, believing that what you have joined together, no one can separate. In Jesus' name, amen.